everybody. In this video, I would like to talk about production generation in the Silver River. This is the way all players are going to build their empires, is through production. And I want to talk specifically about, how we streamline this for the Silver River. You'll find in this game we have streamlined everything that we could. It was our main design goal, so we really looked at every aspect of a 4X and asked the one question: how do we speed this up? So this is part of that. So for production, first of all, the math is very simplified. I'm going to be showing you this with the humans race. They are shown in yellow here, and that's their home planet, which is of course our own Mother Earth. They have built a wonder. These are their fleets that are represented by the ship tokens, and then the cubes that are on the planets represent population. So in the Silver River, very simple math. You can populate a planet up to its max population, which is the number shown on each planet. So in this case, it's a total maximum population of 4. So that planet is maxed out. Now there are technologies that will allow you to exceed that, but at this point we're going to say the humans have not acquired that technology yet. So the first thing you do on a new round, a new age, there's 4 ages in the game, is you're going to count your population and determine your production. So very simply, your base production is going to be the total number of population that you have, 1 for 1. So very simple. So we've got 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. So our base population is 12. So we're going to get 12 production. So we will take it from these cubes and we will add it to our production sheet here on the raw production area. So that's 4. There is 8. And I need 4 more. And that is 12. So that is our base production. Now there's other ways to get production. There is a galactic leader card. Unfortunately, we don't own it. In this example, the reptilians are the galactic leaders. They would get extra production. They would get an extra 2 political production during the production phase. There are some technologies that give you extra production. But as humans, we have built a trade station in this empty sector. Trade stations are very cool. It's a very kind of tactical thing that helps ramp your production up. You have to build one in an empty sector. There can't be one that exists by another race. Like for example, in the Yahyels over here, we could not build our trade station here where the Yahyels have a trade station that already exists. Unless we go to war and destroy that trade station, then we could build it. So in this example, how this is working, and I'll show you how a trade station works, is a trade station is going to give you a production, an extra production for every adjacent sector that is populated. And it doesn't have to be you, it could be other races. So you are trading with any adjacent populations, whether they're your race or not. So in this case, we've got 1, 2, 3, and then the Yahyels are populated over here, so 4. So we get an extra 4 production because of this trade station. So clearly, those empty sectors can be very important for increasing the production you gain each turn. They're also important for exploration, and I'll talk about that in another video. But now we've got all our raw production here. When everybody has counted and placed their raw production on this raw production section of their production board, we go to the next phase, which is the governing phase. And for this phase, we are going to cover our production board. We've got this handy little screen here because you don't want other players to see what you're planning to do or where you're investing your production. And that's really what you're doing, is you're going to invest this raw production in the areas you want to focus on for the next upcoming age. And those are civilization, military, technology, and political. And the actions you can take are on your player board. It shows you how much of a specific type of production, you need to do something. So for example, in political, I would need to spend 1 political production to elect a new title holder, and then we would vote using political production. So during the governing phase, it's simultaneous, so that's another way we speed up this game. We do all this not one at a time, but all at the same time. Everybody gets their raw production at the same time. When everybody's ready, then everybody governs at the same time. So we're just going to, determine, where we want to spend our points. And maybe I want to build a wonder, which costs 4. So maybe I want to put 4 there. I want to put 3 in technology. I want to put a bunch in military because I want to maybe move and explore and maybe attack this round or build ships. And also in I've got 3 in civilization as well. So, but this is really the meat of the gameplay of, where do you want to invest for the upcoming age? And then when, after that, everybody puts their screens down when they're done. And these production that you've allocated during the governing phase are what's going to drive your actions for that age. You have to spend the associated production type to do the different actions that you're available to do. So very quickly, just to recap, production in the Silver River is done simultaneously. It's a very easy to calculate. It's 1 for 1 raw production for every population, plus any bonuses and trade stations. When everybody's done with that, it's a simultaneous governing phase, which is where you allocate your production to where you want to spend it. And from that point, we're going to go around the table and play the game. So hopefully this is helpful. It lets you understand how the production works in the Silver River.